We see this look from time to time from the Knights. Third down, St. Clair deep drop back. He's going deep down the field. The pass is caught. Wide open 40, 30. It's Buck Studwell. 15, 10, 5 touchdown. New York. They're going to hand it off to H. Shaw. He got the first down. A championship is coming to New York.
23 seconds, 22 seconds. What are they going to do here? 4 yards from the end zone. Dunhill going to throw again. Dunhill out to Hollywood. BDG Hollywood touchdown! Oh my. The Atlanta Swarm. How about it? Your champions, Georgia. 27-10 over Sioux Falls. Your Atlanta Swarm are title winners.
To the right, that's Carr. 2 down from the end. Handoff, Sandlin. Boy, he almost got hit the backfield, and Sandlin breaks it through for a touchdown for Seattle. What a run from Sandlin. He was dead to rights in the backfield and made something out of nothing.
They're going to go 5 wide for Wigmore. Wigmore steps up, hit as he threw. Pass is intercepted at the 50 with room to return. It's Albert Begin again. 35-30. Albert Begin. 20, 10. Touchdown, Lone Star. Ivory Arvin not fast enough this time, and the Glory right back in it.
Second and 10 from the 38. Marconi back to pass against another blitz. Marconi's going to avoid a sack. Throw a ball deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a throw! What a throw! Touchdown! Minneapolis to Almiron Sabu. Oh my goodness! A slow motion replay here. You've got to be kidding me. SFL is going to bring out the trophy, and Minneapolis is going to get to celebrate for the fans that came down. Receivers, 3 to the right side. Tallahassee needs a stop. They haven't gotten one here in the third. And Cochran's going to the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. And Alaska has 9 points here in the third quarter. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Alaska Storm. They are your Season 11 SFL champions.
How about E.J. DeQ, Patrick Kelly, and Sean Crooked on that line. Great protection for Jackson. Now Moses is running over people, as are the rest of the Scorpions, and they fight him for a touchdown.
This Matt Wilson's pass is caught for a touchdown. What a throw to Dijon Swan. The Mexico City Aztecs, headlined by team owner Ramos Lin, gets their first SFL championship, a 38-24 victory over Chicago.
Ninth. Wigmore now 10 of 13, 76 yards, 14th pass of the day. Wigmore fires it outside, it's intercepted! John Barnhart, touchdown! Sioux Falls, he does it again for the Sparrows in the postseason!
Showing a blitz on the outside, it's Queen City. Everyone stays home. Darnell Black runs past everybody, picks up a block. Darnell Black in the open field. 40, 35, 30. Being chased by Shine. He won't catch him. And the Hyenas have cut it to 7.
Mama, there goes that man.
Stats all-star crew for a terrific start so far. Third down and 9 to start the second quarter. Ivory Irvin's over the top, and it's a touchdown for Baltimore.
Jark Tarkington has a chance to win it.
Oh my goodness. For all of that, and Tarkington gives Baltimore their 3rd straight title. Oh my goodness.
Well, McChesney gonna get a carry. Oh, there goes McChesney. One man to beat, he breaks it. Jaron McChesney down the sideline. Francis trying to catch him. Not today, young fella. Touchdown, Denver. They're right back in it. Down to 15 seconds left. Zuli back to pass. He's going to Corky. It is caught. And he brings it down. Touchdown, DC. Wow.
Greg Corky is
They gotta pull out something miraculous here.
DC can't let him get behind him. They got to keep everything in front of him here. This is the ball game. Daniel Garcia back to pass. He's going to throw it deep in the middle. The pass is caught, and the tackle is made. And the DC Dragons have won the championship by a miracle on Zach Zuli's throw to Greg Corky. And I let the fellas give me a breath.
Sunday Night Football continues here on SFL YouTube, and I hope you brought snacks because we are here in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, as we bring you the anchor leg of SFL's Week 7 Sunday coverage as the San Diego Mavericks take on the Denver Nightwings. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. My name is Josh Circle, bringing you play-by-play for this evening's action. And joining me in the booth is the kindest bud there is, Jack Brown. Jack, we have a West Coast tussle on our hands tonight. Neither San Diego, in their first season under new ownership, sitting pretty at 3-2 at this point, but Denver is in their rearview mirror in the West Division standings, less than a game behind.
Yeah, and for San Diego, too, they're looking to get right back on track. After a 3-0 start to the year, hit the skids a bit, lost 2 in a row. This is a perfect game to rebound from, though, as San Diego's high-flying offense is get right back on track after a bit of a disaster showing in Canton, Ohio last week.
Yeah, Denver certainly is going to ride the back of running back Bailey O'Shaughnessy. 743 yards, 10 touchdowns, averaging 7 yards a carry. All three of those stats lead the SFL, but the defense for the Nightwings, Jack, has been a liability of late. 98 points allowed in their last 2 games.
Yeah, and especially as games go on, they tend to get a little bit weaker and weaker. After going up 21-7 last week against London, Josh, they conceded the remainder of the game 45-14. They need to keep their foot on the gas when they get up big.
And it will be San Diego with their foot on the gas first tonight as Denver, in black helmets, black tops, and blue pants, is set to kick off to the Mavericks, wearing white from head to toe. So glad to have you with us here in the Mile High City. And we are underway. Dave Axis from the 5-yard line out to the 25-yard line, and that is where we will begin with Scar Patterson and the San Diego Mavericks offense. Dave Axis, of course, the new owner, having taken ownership of the Mavericks before the start of this season. And he has them off on the right foot, as Jack said. 3-2 out of the gate. And now Patterson will start under center here on first down. Throwing over the middle. That is caught! That's Eagle Mondavi. And Mondavi gets them out of midfield on the first play of the game.
And that is a perfect sort of throw that you expect from San Diego. Expect a lot of the air raid tonight, as their logo implies.
I don't know if I'd call that spiral perfect, but Scar Patterson getting the job done. The accuracy was 99. The touch, maybe somewhere in the 50s.
Yeah.
They will spot this ball just past the 48 for San Diego. And Patterson will throw again. Denver on the twist. Has a man open. And that's B. Robo tearing down the left sideline. And just like that, San Diego in the red zone, and it's 1st and goal. Lily Nakami, excuse me.
Yeah, that's even the old Denver kind of choking over the middle, playing a little bit hard on the line. You can see the corner was just playing way beneath where Lily Nakai was. And Nakai got loose, and she nearly went to the house.
That was Lily Nakai wearing number 89, not B.E. Robo, who wears 88. We apologize for the error. And now 3 wide on the field here, 1st and goal. Just past the first minute of the game. Pseudo Nakai going up the middle. And Pseudo with his first touch of the game is going to get them down to the 2, 2nd and goal.
I'm sure a lot of the San Diego fan base kind of had their hearts get beat when it took Pseudo a second to get up there. San Diego, while their offense has been high-flying, they have been plagued by the injury bug these first few weeks of the season. Obviously, London, they had quite a few, and last week against Canton, arguably cost them the game.
Mateo Bravado, the fullback, in for the game. Nakai on the left side is in for the touchdown. San Diego strikes first.
And the San Diego strikes first, come flying in with an air show and a ground invasion to boot. And Denver's defense looks lost on that opening drive. Well,
they picked up right where they were left off in the last 2 games, as you mentioned, Jack. But how about give credit where it's due to the San Diego offense? 4 plays, 73 yards, marching down the field. The drive culminating with a touchdown run to Pseudo Nakai. And that is Nakai's 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Spot is down, kick is up, and it is good. His 6th of the season. He's ranked 9th on the SFL leaderboard heading into the week. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. Nice little tag there, little revision. An improvement, I'd say, as well. Denver now will have the football. And it's William McDowell handling kick return duties, getting his team out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, nice little kick return. Just gets a scamper up to the 32. And now we get to see how Denver respond, because if that first drive's anything to go by, Denver's going to need to put it all on O'Shaughnessy.
Gene Struthers, the rookie, under center here for Denver. And Gene will throw on first down, going to the right side. That is knocked away. Bit of a big money throw, but Tanner Hendricks says no, sir. 2nd and 10.
I don't mind the throw at all there from Gene Struthers. I think that was just all on the defensive back, playing that perfectly. Read the ball, you can kind of tell it was a little bit of a scripted play, It was just kind of telling Gene, just look at this receiver, that's your go guy, go that guy. But I don't mind it. Not a bad play call.
Not at all. And a good throw from Struthers, in fact. R.E. Mills, the fullback, is in the game. He'll stay in the block for Struthers, who's throwing again on 2nd down. And that is caught. It'll be just short of the marker. Riley Quintero, the 5th-year veteran, makes the catch.
Yeah, Quintero's been basically a Denver Nightwings lifer ever since he came up from SFLM Season 2. As someone who's been around since those olden days, it's great to see these guys who were in the minor leagues see their careers really flourish,
Absolutely. And also sticking with the same team. Handing it off now, Struthers to O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy's first carry goes nowhere. In fact, 3 yards backward. And Eric Hammer and a gang of others there to send Denver off for their first 3 and out of the game.
Yeah, Eric Hammer, former member of Charleston Predators, coming flying in. Back when he was in the black and red, Josh, he could do everything. He's showing he can do that and more here in San Diego.
A lot of versatility. Punting this away is Kito Vasquez. Axis spinning and spinning. Fighting for yardage, and finally is brought down at the 37-yard line. And the Mavericks offense will head back out for another offensive drive here in the first quarter. I was trying to come up with like a flighty Top Gun naval thing analogy, but I just had nothing. You got anything on that, Jack?
No, but they are going to get a free play. So
flag on the play.
Flying high.
Pass complete. That is Adam Williams, the 5th-year tight end, his first year in San Diego. And we'll see what the flag is from R62. It looks like that is going to be against Denver. A big mistake already from the Mavericks. Igor Barbatov, the offending party. San Diego won their first 3 games of the season. Have been stymied in their previous 2 by Las Vegas, and then a close game against Canton. Handing it off here, Patterson goes to the run. Pseudo Nakai, nowhere to go. Igor Barbatov attempting to atone for that previous penalty, makes the tackle. And the Mavericks will huddle up and try again. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
I was going to say, he must have some gall going out there flying in the trenches with a 1-bar face mask, getting all physical and getting all up in everyone's faces like that.
That is a First-class demonstration of chutzpah. Patterson over the middle. Receiver hit as he tries to catch the ball. Lily Nakai sent to a rump before she could bring that in. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I think everyone was just about a half-second off rhythm on that play. Because Nakai went up, she got it, but the defender was right there. Everyone was just kind of about half a second away from where they should have been.
Devin King doing the honors in that pass defense. And now a big 3rd down for the Mavericks here. Bravado in the game. Alongside Nakai. Short drop for Patterson. Throw it to the left side. That is caught, but short of the marker is B. Robo. And it'll be 4th and 1. Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty decent spot there. Kind of one of those things where if it was in his other hand, they would have marked it as good, but yeah, I think... Oh, wow.
Ooh, that
They
was...
went really conservative on the 4th and 1. I'm a little surprised they didn't give it to them by that much. Wow.
And this is a long one. This is almost 1.5, if not 2. And they're going to line it up. Play clock down to 8. We'll see if the Mavericks decide to run a play. They're in a short yardage run formation, and Patterson finally calls timeout. Sanity prevails.
Yeah, you know, I often wonder what teams kind of are trying to think when they do these sorts of calls on the road. Like, I can understand it at home. I totally get it when you're doing it at home. You got the whole crowd behind you. Everyone's getting ready.
Yes.
But on the road, like, you don't have that. All you have is Scar Patterson yelling there going, hut, 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 hut.
But in the first...
It doesn't work the same.
In the first half, though, those timeouts are basically... They're stamps on the subway card. There's a punt nearly blocked. Wade Ramsey, though.
True.
Wade Ramsey, excuse me, gets it away. Yeah, Denver will take over at their own 22. Let's go to SFL HQ for a game update with Cam and Irvine.
Thank you, Josh. Wild game going on in Portland. Kanye Rockefeller returns this kickoff, and he is down the sideline and gone. Ezekiel Love scored the next play. Indianapolis and Portland all tied at 14 in the first. Your game.
Thank you, Cam. Can't help but root for Portland whenever they're on. And Struthers. A little volleyball happening in the defensive secondary, but the pass falls incomplete. Logan Keel can't bring it in. 2nd down. It's pass offense for Denver. Middle of the pack in terms of stats. 293 passing yards per game on average. But only 6 pass TDs scored this season so far. O'Shaughnessy up the middle. He gets positive yardage and not much else positive to say about it. Brought down by Ryland Caudill.
I was gonna say they're really going slow with O'Shaughnessy to start with. Although I can't really criticize that too much because one of my favorite sayings up here in the booth is you got to be patient in order to develop a run game. And clearly they're not that patient considering it's an empty backfield third and long.
Fair enough. 4 wide here. Struthers in the shotgun on 3rd and 8. 4-man rush. Struthers goes over the middle. That's caught. And Jeremy Mosley trucking fools on the way to a 1st down. Denver moves the chains for the first time tonight.
And I can't think of a better play to start off a real offensive production than that. Just stiff-arming fools around him, battering through. He was physical. He was playing football like a real Colorado boy should.
R.E. Mills in the game for O'Shaughnessy. But Shaughnessy brought down in the backfield. Bobo Caudill piling on the 4th-year halfback to make it 2nd and 13.
And you see, Caudill knows where he should be by knowing where he isn't, and then subtracting where he isn't from where he is, and then using where he is to go get the halfback, and for a major loss at that.
Ryland and Bobo, both defensive tackles, each in their 7th year in the league, a first in San Diego. O'Shaughnessy trying to go around the right side, and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Both Caudills are there, and it'll be 3rd and a country mile for the Night Wings.
As I said, the Cod Hills, they're much like the Tomahawk cruise missiles. They know where they are by subtracting where they aren't, and they know where the football is by subtracting where it is and going right to where they need to be.
I mean, one Caudill's bad enough, and they got two to deal with. My goodness. Struthers unleashing the dragon, and that is caught. Riley Quintero gets the Nightwings into plus territory for the first time.
And by going underneath the defense at that, getting both the defenders to kind of like swan jump over him in a beautiful syncopated dance. A plus if this was a dance competition.
A++ would watch again. Gene Struthers, what say you? You're on the enemy side of the 50 for the first time tonight. Ari Mills, the fullback, still in the game. Looking to pave the way for O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy cannot get out of first gear. And Biff Markham had a lot to say about it on that play. Going to be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, and it seems to be that San Diego's front seven has been all-consuming of the Denver O-line and rushing attack so far. The only time Denver's really been able to get things going is when they penetrate to the second and third level.
And now 5 DBs on the field for San Diego. Struthers will try and throw again. 3-man rush over the middle. That is caught. And Logan Keel, and I believe that is Mr. Keel's first catch of the game, marching Denver down to the San Diego 32.
I like when my point is proven right after I initially say it. Look at that. Denver goes right into the heart of San Diego's defensive backfield. And so far this game, still very early on, San Diego can change that narrative very easily and make me look very silly. But they've been letting it up very easily against Denver if they can get past that line.
Mavericks go back to the 7-man front. Mills still in the game. They'll stay in a block. Struthers finds Quintero again, and Quintero has another first down. Just outside the 20, the Nightwings are marching.
Yeah, and they've been doing it again through an entirely pass-happy scheme. O'Shaughnessy, if anything, he's been a bit of a liability on this drive so far. So I'm interested to see when they're going to try and get him more involved again and try and make him work.
Especially since they've kept R.E. Mills in the game. It looks like they're offering that run look, but not always doing it. They do it this time, and San Diego just swallows them up. The entire defensive front is there, along with Freddie Trammell, the 8th-year inside linebacker, and it's another loss for O'Shaughnessy.
I'm starting to realize part of the issue here. It's the fact that Denver's taking too long to get O'Shaughnessy out of the backfield. They're not running plays. They're just dives down the middle to really try and eat at the heart of the defense. No, they're trying to get him to the outside. They're trying to make San Diego work, but they have too much speed and athleticism.
Matherick's getting great penetration. O'Shaughnessy, though, takes it through the air, has the first down inside the 10, the 5, the touchdown! His first reception of the game, Bailey O'Shaughnessy finds the end zone for the Nightwings.
And that spin move, can we talk about that spin move?
Yes, please.
He hit it so nasty. Like, let's watch on the instant replay. So he gets the catch, moves it up the field, gets the block, already awesome.
Woof.
Makes 2 men miss. Oh, gosh. I'm not even going to mention the names of the defenders he made miss, because I feel like I'd be disrespecting their names.
It's a magnificent move, though. And a great play call by Denver to finally find a way to get their big playmaker to a chance to make a big play. And a great drive by the Nightwings to boot. 11 plays, 79 yards. Culminating in the touchdown reception for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. The extra point is good, and we are tied at 7 apiece. The SFL would like to recognize some staff who operate behind the scenes to keep the league moving. Andrew Rostelli operates the minor league, getting new coaches up to speed and players onto teams and into the portal. Ashley Jackson helps to keep our community a welcoming place for all. And Marcus Dunhill assists with contracts and off-season construction. Thank you to everyone that helps the SFL over their 10 years of operation. Dave Axis brought down at the 27-yard line. And after punting on their last drive, the Mavericks will try again with 2:01 to play in the quarter.
Yeah, and if I were San Diego, I'd go right back and keep on doing what's working, Keep playing around, keep playing fast and happy offense. No need to overcomplicate things.
Scar Patterson, short drop, goes over the middle. Nowhere to go. I think that was intended for Lily Nakai. 2nd and 10.
They're really liking Lily Nakai tonight, and I don't blame them, considering her first catch went for as much as it did. It's a little interesting they haven't, that Scar hasn't focused his targets elsewhere.
Nakai had 10 catches coming into the week. She has 2 targets and 1 catch for 42 yards tonight. Patterson in the shotgun here, 4 wide receivers. On 2nd and 10, play action. Patterson unleashing the dragon, and that is nearly picked off but dropped. TJ Frosty does the incompletion dance, but that should have been the INT dance. The pick falls to the ground, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of those things where I'm sure if Denver's in their locker room right now, they're probably yelling, "Don't do a dance for that! You should have had that picked off!" Ah! I know from experience.
3rd and 10, now Patterson in the shotgun again, 5 wide. And he's gonna throw again, and that is knocked away. Terrific pass defense, beat Robo. Really had no shot at that at all. And that's a brutal 3 and out for San Diego.
And for Denver, that's good news for you to see that you can actually go toe-to-toe defensively with what San Diego's throwing at you, that your defensive backs are ready to take on what San Diego has. That's really encouraging.
Wade Ramsey set the punt, and again, no pressure for Denver this time. It's a high arcing, sort of pitching wedge sort of punt. It will be fair caught at Denver's own 41-yard line by William McDowell, who came over last season from Queen City. His 2nd season in the SFL. Jack, a lot of action so far. Nice back-and-forth game. Denver with a surprising drive. Perhaps shouldn't have been surprising, but I think it was. And now set with a chance to take a lead here. This is the best starting field position for either team so far tonight. Struthers throwing, and that is caught. Great start to the drive by Logan Keel, trying to get him involved. 2nd and 5.
You know, that was also a pretty smart high-low read. You can see there was another receiver kind of leaking out over the top of the linebackers. But Gene Struthers made the smart play, did not go too aggressive, and got the yards that Logan Keel was going to give him. Again, a good high-low read. Every quarterback loves those sorts of plays in the playbook.
Shaughnessy, another catch, and another loss at the hands of the San Diego defense. Freddie Trammell flying into that Denver backfield to make it 3rd and 7. A host of other Maverick defenders there as well. And that just might be what we're in store for tonight. A defensive struggle. With time winding down here in the 1st quarter. Struthers in the shotgun. And that actually hits Freddie Trammell in the back. And that's going to bring on the punt team. Cato Vasquez will be set to punt it away. There's Cato.
Probably been having a little bit more of an active 1st quarter than he would have liked. Seeing him on the field, I think it's twice so far already. Still been a very decent, been a good 1st quarter. And a fast-moving one, too. Golly.
The team's running the ball. You cannot expect time to stay on the clock. Low snap for Vasquez, but handles it. Axis trying to spin, but is sat down right at the 20-yard line. And that is where San Diego will take over. Jack, you're an SFL artist. Let me ask you, when you come into a team that's already been established and you try to put your footprint on ownership, as Dave Axis has done, obviously owned a team previously, but now coming into San Diego, how is he able to do that and really get a lot of other players to come in and get on board with his vision?
Well, it kind of depends on how you really approach that first batch of guys that you get. I know for Dave, at least, a lot of the guys he brought in initially were guys who are like longtime friends of his, longtime allies. You know, guys like Eagle Mondavi, the Caudills. Obviously, he'll throw himself on there. Charles, these are guys who he's been friends with forever and a day. Hey, I know for myself in Charleston, that's kind of what I did. I brought in a lot of guys who were my friends for a long time. Establishing that core of people that you know is very important.
Huge catch by Dave Axis. Speaking of, right over the middle, out to the 43. Great throw by Patterson. And a great way to end the first quarter. And that's a pretty ball from Patterson. We were on him earlier. My goodness, that was a tight, tight spiral. Having a good time here in the Mile High City. San Diego and Denver slugging it out for West Division dominance. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music right here on SFL YouTube. Josh Zirkle, Jack Brown in the booth. Ike McBride and Zach Holdorf doing stats. Cameron Irvine producing Week 7 action here in the Simulation Football League. Top dog in all matters sim. Pseudo Nakai is clipped behind the line of scrimmage. That's John Nevels, who came over last season from Los Angeles to make it 2nd and 11. We've seen a lot of that, Jack. A lot of penetration, defensive fronts for both teams winning the day so far in the trenches.
Yeah, it seems to be the offensive line just can't seem to really get their footing going so far. And in turn, it's impacted the running game primarily.
Patterson with a throw to Mondavi. Makes the catch on the seam. And that's another first down as San Diego gets into plus territory. There's Nick Kindler, 7th-year cornerback. Handoff this time. Nakai gets skinny. Gains a few yards before he is blasted. I think that was TJ Frosty, the free safety. It sure was. Make it 2nd and 6. Let's introduce the Denver Nightwings defense. On the front, the rookie Robert Brady, Igor Barbatov, John Nevels, and Hugo Reynosa. The linebacking core, Devin King, Stephon Forge, and Ramiro Morales. And then in the secondary, Roscoe Santagria, Ron Hoff, Josh Neal, TJ Frosty, Lucas DeVore, and Nick Kindler. Patterson in the shotgun here, throwing over the middle again. And Patterson really testing the middle there, and Josh Neal saying, not this time, 3rd and 6.
You know, I don't blame him considering the fact that that's pretty much been what's been working San Diego, apart from that first drive, is working the middle, working on those, you know, things where you kind of exploit the linebackers primarily. But now they need to get a chunk of yardage. Let's see what they come up with.
4 wide, and Denver playing some press coverage. Trips to Patterson's left. 4-man rush over the middle again and again. San Diego moving the chains. You see the numbers there. For Patterson, Benji Matson has his first catch of the game. And the drive continues.
Let's go.
Benji Matson, his first year at San Diego.
Another player. Pretty much everyone apart from Scar and like 2 others. It's their first year here.
That is true. Patterson caught over the middle. Dave Axis gets San Diego into the red zone. Well, now you've got me looking at this, Jack. Patterson, his 3rd year at San Diego. I'm sorry, why don't you just break down the replay?
Yeah, and you can see again through the breadbasket, kind of exploited. This is a zone beater, right? You know, these classic zone beater routes where it just kind of gets everyone slightly off kilter, and you have the opening slot, easy as they come.
Patterson with max protection throws to the right side. This time Mondavi has it. Will tiptoe outside just short of the marker. Make it 2nd and 2. And to hash back my earlier point, Scar Patterson, as you said, Zach Holdorf, free safety, Tom Krieg, Leon Thunderman, who was the 1st overall pick ahead of the season 17 draft, if I have that right.
Yep.
Everybody else is new. Patterson over the middle again. And I think that is Robo this time. Number 88, it is B Robo. Now to bring up 3rd and 1.
With no room to turn upfield, I'm a little bit surprised they threw that sort of route. But it didn't hurt them really. They gained the yard out of it. Makes this a little bit easier.
What would you like to see them do here, Jack? Maybe this? Throw, and then that is it for the touchdown. Or did he step up? He's not seeing a signal. It looks like it's going to be first and goal.
Denver 3. It says Denver 3 on the scoreboard, not Denver 2.
Well, that's a good indication.
Yeah. You see, there's a lot of little unique tricks you learn. It's still a good throw, though, and I did like it.
Little nuances.
Yeah.
Can we get any more nuanced here? Patterson under center here. 3 yards to pay dirt. Nakai, nowhere to go. That's Devin King. Bringing him down, 2nd and goal.
King, actually a former Maverick in seasons gone by. So it's kind of fun to see him match up against his former team.
Mateo Pravado and Nakai both in the backfield with Patterson in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. The throw is in time. Benji Matson. Touchdown, Mavericks.
It was a question of when, not if, on that drive. The San Diego was going to put it into the end zone, and that's where they found it. Benji Matson just pushed off the defender using his gargantuan size advantage and put San Diego up by a touchdown.
Prince Beard, another rookie on this Mavericks squad, set to kick the extra point. Spot is down, kick is up. And now it's 14-7. San Diego leads a 13-play, 82-yard drive, culminating in the catch for Benji Matson. Impact Monday heads to Louisiana tomorrow when the Revolution welcome the Vancouver Legion, who's going 4-2. Join Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp at 7:15 p.m. Eastern for This Week in the SFL. Pre-game before Louisiana and Vancouver kickoff at 8:15 p.m. right here on SFL YouTube. And now Quintero, that's William McDowell, who's been handling kick return duties all night, out to the 27-yard line, and Denver will take over on offense. Struthers with a heavy set here on 1st down. Handoff to O'Shaughnessy, and again, O'Shaughnessy bulldozed behind the line of scrimmage, and this time...
Look at those stats. I was just going to say there, Josh, Sean's been struggling all night, negative 12 yards, and that's mostly just been on the fact that he hasn't been able to get past the line of scrimmage to save his life.
With this formation, Jack, they see Bound determined to get him going. And they get O'Shaughnessy a block, and he drags a defender out to the 32-yard line for Denver. That was Nate Hall, got a free ride on the back of O'Shaughnessy. Let's meet the Mavericks defense while we have a second. On the front, Biff Markham, Ryland Caudill, Bobo Caudill, and Eric Hammer. The linebacking core, Freddie Trammell, Jeff Gagne, and Leon Thunderman. And in the secondary, Pink Lisa, Tom Krieg, Zach Holdorf, Nate Hall, and Tanner Hendricks. And that pass deflected by number 34, Stuart Zamalia, who for some reason did not make it onto my spotter sheet. My apologies to Stuart Zamalia, who made a nice play right there.
Yeah, just stayed lockstep with the receiver. Got a handout. Really not too much to say beyond that.
Another 3 and out for Denver. Keita Vasquez set to punt it away one more time for the 3rd time this half. No pressure from the Mavericks. Axis waits for it with the fair catch at the 37-yard line. Denver, of course, 2-3 on the season. Started 0-2 against Motor City and, of course, Arizona. Of course, a lot of teams are losing to Arizona early.
Yeah.
Scraped a win.
No shame in that.
Not at all. And Scar Patterson over the middle to Dave Axis yet again. Dave Axis having himself a game tonight.
Yeah, especially since, like, for the longest time, he's never really been that big play receiver. The receiver that's gotten all those yards and all those touches, but he's definitely making a name for himself out there tonight on the football field.
Axis, Eagle, Mondavi, and B. Robo have 3 catches each. They lead the team. And now Bravado back in. Both backs are going to block for Patterson, who has a receiver open on the right side. And that is a great catch. That's Eagle Mondavi, who takes the lead in the Mavericks catching count with 4.
And you can just see just the arm on Scar Patterson on display there. Pinpoints that one. You know, apart from that first throw that we saw at the beginning of this game, which it looked a bit wobbly, looked a little bit, he's been putting it on a rope the rest of these throws.
Patterson first and 10. Both backs staying in the block again. Robo this time steps out of bounds after a gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Seeming to me that Robo was just kind of caught a little bit off step. You know, slowed a little bit too much, and, you know, he couldn't get the first down.
We've seen a lot of receivers struggle with that turn upfield. Only a couple do it so well. Nakai up the middle. Pseudo Nakai will get to the 21. San Diego knocking on the door once again.
And it appears that Pseudo Nakai is doing a better job at being Bailey O'Shaughnessy tonight than Bailey O'Shaughnessy is at being Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Ripping through the first line of defense and getting right through the second like it was nothing.
And now Nakai in the backfield by his lonesome. Patterson will throw to Madsen, and Madsen looked like he was one defender away from his second touchdown of the game. Brought down at the 14 to make it 2nd and 3. If you were to pick one element of the San Diego offense that Denver had to take away, I'm not sure you could do it. Patterson spreading the ball out very well.
I was going to say not entirely. Best you can do is slow him down enough.
And now Nakai getting going. That's another first down for the running back. Pseudo Nakai is bumping that yards per carry average up ever so gradually. 8 carries for 23 yards, does have the touchdown. And that makes it 1st and goal for the Mavericks. 3 wide for Patterson. Nakai in the backfield. Offset right. Patterson throws left. It's Madsen again. And Madsen walks in for the touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And just as he had more catches here in San Diego than he had on his previous team, he gets right into the end zone, had a path wide open, and San Diego looking to take the 2-possession lead as the first half wanes away.
So after a 13-play drive, San Diego goes 7 plays, 63 yards. Patterson 5 for 5 on that drive. And finding Benji Madsen, who had 2 catches on that drive, both of them in plus territory. To make it 20-7, and the extra point makes it 21-7. Jack, it's been a fun week in the SFL so far. Baltimore who was undefeated, fell at the hands of visiting Fort Worth. Stephen Hacker and Nacho doing a great job game planning for that game. And it's always big news whenever the defending champs fall down. Congratulations to Fort Worth on their upset victory.
Never mind when they lose at home. Never mind when they lose at home, Baltimore. That's something that pretty much never happens.
It is. It's like facing Darth Vader in the Death Star. Although the only documented instance of that we have actually was an L, so maybe that's a bad example.
Yeah. It's like, say you're playing Gonzaga as a conference foe. I think it's a little bit more of an apt comparison.
O'Shaughnessy with the catch. It has the first down. Bailey O'Shaughnessy not getting it done on the ground, but definitely through the air, as Denver extends their drive on the first play of the drive. And a great block there by number 84. Paving the way, that was Jeremy Mosley. Love it when everybody's doing the dirty work. Especially on the offensive side.
Yeah, the names that don't get called first, but matter just as much, if not more.
Struthers finds O'Shaughnessy again. O'Shaughnessy spinning. Leon Thunderman finally brings him down at midfield. And Ike McBride in the stats truck pointing this out. O'Shaughnessy, -5 yards on the ground. But right now, almost 50 yards through the air, catching the ball. Finding a way to get it done as time winds down here in the first half. 2nd and 3 Struthers in the shotgun. Pump fake to the left, finding O'Shaughnessy again. And O'Shaughnessy barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, not a great throw, but I can definitely agree with the idea. It was either that or just run around like a chicken with its head cut off and hoping you don't get sacked. And as we all know, APF QBs, they hate running around.
I like to think of them as efficient. And that's a 2-minute warning. Denver trying to close the gap before the break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. Josh Circle, Jack Brown in the booth. Ike McBride, Zach Holdorf. It's corn time in the stats truck. Cameron Irvine producing. Denver Nightwings driving. Gene Struthers trying to make this a one-score game before the intermission. And that is a great defensive play from Stuart Zomalia. One of my favorite names in all of the SFL. Zomalia, of course, a portmanteau of his 2 children. Make it 4th and 2. And they are outside of field goal range, so it looks like it's Cato Vasquez time.
Yeah, didn't quite get enough.
Vasquez boots it away. Fair catch from Axis inside the 20. And the Mavericks will get one more bite at the apple before the break.
I mean, considering how quick they can be, I wouldn't be surprised to get another one after this, considering how quick they've been on both offense and defense.
And as close as this game has been, and as defensive-oriented as this game has been, taking a 2-touchdown lead into the break, Jack, that feels pretty huge.
Oh, yeah, especially when points are at a premium.
Scar Patterson, quick throw to the left, and that is caught. B. Robo gets upfield. Won't mind seeing a little time tick away after that big gain. You see the quarterback comparison there. Scar Patterson, his 2 touchdowns ruling the night so far.
Yeah, that's been the main difference on the scoreboard, obviously.
1:25 to play here until the half. Fresh personnel for San Diego. Patterson throw it to his right. Pseudo Nakai waiting in the backfield. Spin move. Trying to get to midfield. And falls just short. 2nd down. They're going to hurry up. Patterson to Nakai again. Nakai on the logo has the first down just shy of midfield. You see him running it this whole time?
Well, clearly not. They're still going to be chucking around.
They do go to Nakai, but this time through the air, gaining only a yard. And they're going to stay in this 3 tight end set. Patterson finds Nakai again. Nakai had a blocker on his way, but outran him. 30 seconds remaining.
If I had $1 for every time I saw that strong screenplay this series, I know a few dollars. Maybe I'd be able to go get myself a fast food meal.
There's another $1 for you, Jack, as Nakai around the right side this time. This time does get out of bounds with 19 seconds remaining. San Diego on the cusp of field goal range.
Might be able to upgrade my fast food meal to a large after all that.
You might be able to bump up to that more premium bracket of fast food joints.
Yeah.
Get out of the Taco Bell bracket, and maybe you get to the Wendy's bracket. And, we still have 19 seconds left here.
True. Hey, no, don't be disparaging those $5 Taco Bell boxes. Those things are my life force at times.
Oh, hell no, never. Absolutely not. Patterson throwing again. Eagle Mondavi will lead San Diego to call their second time out of the half. Remember, they tried the jumpy thing. We really need to have a name for that. 15 seconds left. And they're going to go ahead and kick this.
Well, you failed to consider, Josh. It's bang on the time. It's kicking time.
It is kicking time.
15 seconds. It's always kicking time. I like kicking.
The magic number, Prince Beard, 5 of 7 heading into the week, will boot one from 50 yards. And that is just short. Missed that by a matter of millimeters. Since he is royalty, I assume he goes by the metric system. Take another look at it. Ooh, maybe a little right as well.
Well, I mean, depending on which royalty he comes from, because in the UK they still colloquially use the imperial system, so who knows?
I think being a constitutional monarchy nudges you toward imperial metrics, but the metric system would be more of a legitimate, oligarchy or a traditional monarchy.
I guess. We'll have to discuss this in our next edition of Josh.
Oh, there goes Bailey O'Shaughnessy! You can measure that any way you want. That is a touchdown for the Denver Nightwings.
And it doesn't matter what government system they're operating under. That counts for 6 every time.
Hail to the king, Bailey O'Shaughnessy. That is nice. Look at this, just right at the middle. Everybody's cleared out. Man, that guy's not going to catch him.
Unfortunately, even with all the cardio he must have been skipping out on during team workouts, it was not enough to catch up with O'Shaughnessy.
Admire the optimism of Bobo Caudell trying to run down Bailey O'Shaughnessy. With that 3-yard head start, really all that he needed. With time expiring in the first half, a buzzer-beating touchdown as Bailey O'Shaughnessy rips the shackles from the San Diego defense and runs wild and free to the promised land. 60 yards with zeros on the clock and 1-2 on the scoreboard as well, signifying the end of the first half. And just like that, we have a 1-score game.
Oh, that's what you like to see to end off a half.
Mavericks 21, Nightwings 14. The West is getting hot. Jack Brown, your thoughts on the first half?
It had everything you could have wanted and more: offense, defense, special teams. And obviously that huge momentum shift right at the end. Let's see if Denver can take advantage of that in the early goings of the second half.
Bailey O'Shaughnessy responsible for both touchdowns for Denver. Well, we got some other touchdowns to show you. Let's head over to SFL HQ for a game update with Cameron Irvine.
Plenty, Josh. 1 yard away from scoring, and Ezekiel Love can do that easily. 28-28 in the third. between the Ramblers and the Fleet, their first meeting ever. Back to Josh and Jack in Denver.
Thank you, Cam. A plethora of touchdowns happening in Portland. We'll be approaching a plethora of our own here in Denver. Bailey O'Shaughnessy gets 3 yards before being greeted by Freddie Trammell. Make it 2nd and 7. O'Shaughnessy, his numbers have shaped up a little bit, at least considering where they were at the start of the game.
Yeah, at least now they're passable.
Well, that run was for 60 yards. He now sits at 55 yards. You could do the math on that.
True.
But he also has 5 catches for 45 yards. And there's another TFL. That's been the story most of the game so far. San Diego corralling O'Shaughnessy. That time it's the veteran Leon Thunderman with the stop, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, just wrapped him up in the backfield, and that's good for San Diego's show. But even with all that, they're still not going to let him just run racket.
What kind of rabbit does Gene Struthers have in his hat for 3rd and 10? 4 wide here. Trips to his right. San Diego running a twist. Deep throw, and that is tipped away, intended for Logan Keel. Up in the air, and he could not find it. And that's a 3 and out.
Yeah, a little bit of a limp start from Denver coming out of the half when they had all the momentum on their side. Although, had they landed that pass at the ending, it would have been a little bit. It would have been a much different story. But San Diego was able to get them off the field quick, and they still have the lead.
Gato Vasquez set to punt it away to Dave Axis. Axis from the 35. Just nowhere to go. Great special teams by the Nightwings punt coverage. And that is where the Mavericks will take over at their own 37-yard line. Liking the game so far, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. No one else gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM. Thank you for your support. 10 years of operation through your viewership. Scar Patterson operating here and finds that is Jim Tobin, the number 5 receiver in this offense. Jim Tobin. If you have Jim Tobin on your bingo card, you can cover that up right now. Make it 2nd and 7. Did you have Jim Tobin on your bingo card, Jack?
No. Did not.
Pseudo Nakai getting a couple blocks and gets out to midfield. Nakai has been running wild and free for most of this game. Bumping his yards per carry up a little bit now with carry number 11 of the game.
Yeah, and he got some good blocks up front, a little spin to boot. Nothing too fancy schmancy, but gets the job done. And look at those, and look at just the main stats there. You can already see how San Diego has their advantage.
Patterson handing off, and that is blown up in the backfield. That's Reynosa with a TFL there. Hugo Reynosa is a 6th-year defensive end. 2nd and 13. Hugo Reynosa. And now 4 wide. Here on 2nd and long. Nakai on the trap. A nice gain there. There's a penalty. We'll see what that's about. This will be 3rd and medium if the run stands. Let's get the call from.
Late hit.
Looks like a hold. That's coming back.
Oh, wow.
Philip Charte. Let's go with Charte with the hold there, and that's going to be 2nd and very, very long. Denver catches some breaks here at home. San Diego 3-2 in the West right now. Denver 2-3. Winning this game would pull them even with the Mavericks. And Patterson goes down in a heap. Igor Barbatov who had that penalty in the first half, now flexing over the fallen body of Scar Patterson here in the second half. Third at about 100,000. I'm sorry, third and
Back
25.
From here to San Diego. Yeah, back from here to San Diego.
Patterson going to make a bid for it, but he has nowhere to go. The Denver front follows him up. Reynosa's there again. And you know it's a good sack when you smash the invisible beer can over your head.
Yeah. You know, just bashing it. You know, maybe it's like a local IPA. Maybe this is an idea for the Denver marketing team. Get those things sponsored by like a local microbrewery that you know of. I'm not sure how the laws with that are going to work. That's on them to figure it out.
I think the loophole would be that the invisible beer can has an invisible logo.
True.
It's like the emperor with no clothes type situation.
Yeah.
McDowell out to the 43-yard line after the punt. Now, Denver with a chance to tie this thing up. And they have gotten O'Shaughnessy going, and I think San Diego's got to freak out just a little bit. Did such a great job corralling him. -5 rushing yards until the last play of the first half when he went bonkers for 60 yards for his second touchdown of the game. O'Shaughnessy around the left side, finds the seam, out to the 40. Terrific running by O'Shaughnessy, finally brought down by Nate Hall. And it's kind of crazy to talk about O'Shaughnessy being corralled when he has 2 touchdowns already, but that's kind of what's happened.
Yeah, he's still running rampant. And it seems like he's finally hit his stride in the second half.
That was a great block by Ari Mills, facilitating that cut inside by O'Shaughnessy to get him into plus territory. And now a bunch set to Struthers left. Throwing to the right side. That is caught. Jeremy Mosley will make it second and short at the 33. Approaching the halfway point of the third quarter. San Diego opened the scoring. Pseudo Nakai scored the first touchdown of the game. Bailey O'Shaughnessy answered with a touchdown catch of his own. Benji Matson has 2 touchdowns receiving on the game so far. And we've seen a lot of that as well, a lot of hard hitting. And Bailey O'Shaughnessy's been on the receiving end of much of it. This time, Tom Krieg doing the honors. But O'Shaughnessy does get the first down out to the San Diego 30. I
mean, hey. As long as you get the first down, as a running back, you kind of accept you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit a lot.
O'Shaughnessy again cutting back inside, down at the 22. Biff Markham first on the scene. And if O'Shaughnessy keeps this up, the Mavericks might be in trouble. $77 yards is what we have O'Shaughnessy at right now. And that's just on the ground. That's not including the 51 through the air. Already a 100-yard all-purpose day for the fourth-year halfback. Struthers finds Quintero over the middle. And just like that, Denver officially in the red zone with another first down.
Yeah, first time in a long time they've been down here.
Ari Mills back in the game. Mosley lined up to Struthers' left. They go to the right with O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy brought down by Eric Hammer this time. And all 4 members of that San Diego front contributing to the punishment of Bailey O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah. Although Bailey O'Shaughnessy's now breaking through. So if San Diego wants to keep this up, they need to really keep their foot on the gas.
Mills with the carry this time, and Mills gets maybe a yard. To make it 3rd and 11, Jeff Gagne with the stop. Gagne coming over from London last season, along with Matson. And here we go, 3rd and 11. They got 3 points if they want it. They're going to try for 7. Struthers thrown to the end zone. It's incomplete. Going for all the Tostitos that time, Logan Keel. Watch the ball sail over his head. And now Ye Verity, who's 8 for 11 on the season, will try to make this a 4-point game. This will be from about 37 yards from the right hash.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Verity kicked 1 field goal last week. It was 31 yards. Play clock down to 2. Spot is down, kick is up. And that is good. Denver narrows the gap. It's 21-17. Next week on Next Level Sports, the unbeaten Atlanta Swarm try to keep it that way, but the Portland Fleet have a win streak going and want to spoil the Swarm's dreams of a #1 seed. Kickoff is next Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, only on NLSE. Next Level Sports. Get more.
And don't look now, San Diego, but Denver is right in your rearview mirror. You need to actually put some effort in now if you want to maintain the lead. You can't just coast.
Access out to the 31-yard line. They punted on their first possession of the second half. We'll see what their second possession brings. And that coming with 3:18 left in the third quarter. As you mentioned, Jack, we are zipping through this game. Just as we say that, San Diego lines up a run set. Bravado paving the way for Pseudo Nakai. Nakai spinning and getting loose. Out past midfield, down to the 40. And it's finally Ron Hoff that brings down Pseudo Nakai. An amazing run from San Diego.
And he just turned around. He saw Denver was in the rearview mirror, put his foot on the gas, and he was off to the races.
And I think he spun inside and then outside, or outside and then inside. One direction and then the other. And I got dizzy just watching that.
Got them freaky feet.
The freakiest. Nakai again, a little more conventional run this time, right up the middle. But gained 6 yards to make it 2nd and 4. And San Diego back in field goal range. Pseudo scoots Nakai. That for Benji Matson in chat. Mateo Bravado back in the game. Nakai again. No, that is Bravado, excuse me. Fullback getting his first carry of the game. And nearly finds the line. It's going to be 3rd and 1. You hear the Denver crowd coming alive. Bravado will stay in the game, leading the way for Nakai. Nakai has the first down. But San Diego not taking any chances, keeping the short yardage unit on the field to get the extra set of downs.
He tripped and he fell forward and he got it. All he really needed and continues to milk time off the clock.
And milk they shall. Scar Patterson finds Pseudo Nakai, and Nakai's going to get sent out of bounds by Rosca Santagria before he could turn up to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 2nd and 11. And we've seen a lot of snaps here with Bravado, who's being described in chat as a little less Scooty, which is cruel but fair. And then Nakai as well. Patterson hit as he throws it, and they will call that incomplete, but Barbatov getting in there to send Patterson to his keister, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. What do you do here if you're San Diego? Do you kick the field goal and make this a 7-point game again, or do you try for a little extra, Jack?
Well, I mean, we have another play to figure out what to do beyond that. Let's see what they can do to get to the 20.
Patterson with 5 wide, throwing over the middle. That's caught. B. Robo just being himself and making a huge catch over the middle when it matters. It's first and goal.
And that is a rocket from Scar Patterson to be caught down at the 5. Brings them ever closer. And now the playbook's wide open again.
7 yards to pay dirt. Bravado's still in the game. Lead the way. Although that is not Nakai. I think that is Brent Trickle, the backup halfback. A bit alarming when you in a short yardage situation and your best player for the job is not available.
I mean, hey, man's got tired, you know?
Well, this will give him a little rest as we reach the end of the third quarter. Can I have some 4s in chat, please? Mavericks looking to take off to a 4-2 start. Denver looking to get back to 500. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. Josh Circle, Jack Brown in the booth here in Denver, Colorado. In a West Division tussle, and Scar Patterson throwing to the end zone, and that is caught for the touchdown. Benji Matson, number 3 on the night. He's good.
Yeah, that is going to extend San Diego's lead. Exactly what the doctor ordered after it seemed like Denver had all the momentum on their side.
4th touchdown of the night for San Diego. 3rd touchdown of the night for Benji Matson, who had 3 on the season. Coming into this game, he has matched that total in just over 3 quarters of football. Prince Beard boots the extra point, and it's 28-17. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And now McDowell bringing this out to the 28. And now Denver finally has Bailey O'Shaughnessy going, but they find themselves down 2 scores in what has been a rough contest on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. Been pretty, but it's also been pretty ugly in a lot of aspects. Teams having to kind of go into situations where they aren't comfortable with. But they are making it work. I'll give them that.
Struthers with max protection finds Logan Keel, but Logan Keel only has about 4 yards over the middle. And Jack, I cannot remember. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying I don't remember a game where both fullbacks were in the game as much as R.E. Mills and Mateo Bravado have been in the game for Denver and San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, they like to use them a lot. Good for blocking. They can also be used as little targets every so often.
Struthers finds a target right there, O'Shaughnessy, but he's dropped behind the line. It's Tanner Hendricks. Nate Hall was there as well to clean up. And now it's 3rd and long.
That was rough. Have that gone a little bit more right, that could have been 6 points for San Diego.
And with less than 10 minutes remaining, Denver is not going to have many more chances if they don't convert here. San Diego on the twist. Struthers over the middle. That is caught. Logan Keel with a big catch on the logo. And Denver's drive stays alive.
Reached up to the sky, grabbed it, and moves those chains.
That looked like all slants.
Yeah, the classic.
Your playbook, guy. That was all slants, right?
Yeah, I mean, every playbook has it if you look around in it long enough.
Ari Mills staying in the game with O'Shaughnessy. The Mills will get the handoff this time and will get out exactly to midfield to make it 2nd and 6. Ari Mills has been getting it done in many ways tonight. That's his 2nd carry of the game. Bailey O'Shaughnessy over 100 yards from scrimmage. We'll add 1 more yard to that total. Here to make it 3rd and 5. And now with less than 9 minutes remaining, this feels like a must-score drive for Denver one way or another.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. Or if you're not going to score here, it is imperative that San Diego does not get a single point in the remainder of this ball game.
Huge 3rd down for Denver. Struthers in the shotgun. Pump fake. Over the middle again. Intercepted! Stewart Zomelia brings in the first turnover of the game for either team, and it's San Diego football.
And that was just a little bit too low of a throw. I think it was another all slant. Yes, it was. And Zomelia was right there to pick it off. Kind of had to stumble backward a little bit forward, but he got it. And that's going to be a huge turnover for San Diego.
A great field position as well. Starting closer to midfield than either team has so far tonight from their own 48. And Patterson nearly gives it right back as that ball was batted down by Santagria. Stopping the clock with 8:18 to play.
Look, they like playing it risky, all right?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I love risk. Risk and riskiness in all its forms. Trips to Patterson's right. Nakai in the backfield buys Lonesome. Over the middle, and that one's nearly picked off.
Jeez.
The neck roll, Devin King would have had a free walk to the end zone if he would have brought that in. 3rd and 10.
They're just kind of chucking it all over the place. No wherewithal for any sort of life.
Which is amazing. You're up by 11, and the clock is a factor here, and they've not run the ball once on this drive.
Yeah.
And another throw. And Lili Nakai makes the catch, but she's short of the first. And now a big decision coming from the San Diego sideline.
I'd go for it. I'd say we're up 2 scores. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens.
I agree, and they line up in a hurry. Bravado in the game. 3 tight ends for the Mavericks. Crowd going crazy. Nakai has the first down. An impressive conversion by the Mavericks offense. And the clock continues to run. Do you like the call? Going right up the middle? No fanciness?
Perfect. That's what they've been needing to do all night.
And now Patterson's going to take a hit as he was trying to fire one downfield. Hugo Reynosa getting in there. And now 2nd and 10, and that stops the clock. What's going to happen here? 2nd and 10. Bravado back in the game. San Diego up by 11. Nakai, nowhere to go, but spins out of a short tackle and gets the first down and stays in bounds. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Just rumbling down the side. And they're continuing to move the clock. San Diego looking to deal a death blow here on this drive.
Less than 7 minutes remaining now. San Diego to Nakai. And Nakai inside the 20 and inside the 15. They're going to spot this at the 14. The clock continuing to run. Pseudo Nakai continuing to run as well. Closing in on 100 yards on the ground. Coupled with his receiving yardage. Over 100 yards from scrimmage as well. Nakai up the middle, inside the 10, breaks a tackle inside the 5. It'll be first and goal at the 3. You see the numbers there. So close to 100 yards is Pseudo Nakai on the ground.
And the way he's running on this drive, Josh, just hand it off to him again. Let him punch it on his own. He's been showing he's more than enough.
Nakai opened the scoring in this game with the first touchdown on San Diego's opening drive of the game. And Nakai does get the call. Inside the 1. Will be dropped at the 1. The clock continues to run, less than 6 minutes remaining. Denver already trailing by 2 scores. Touchdown here would be nearly insurmountable. Nakai. Wrestled down at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. Can the Denver defense hold on just one more time? Or maybe 2. Do you go back to Nakai, Jack?
Well, I'm going right back to that well.
Nakai. No, that's the backup. He scores for the touchdown. Brent trickles into the end zone. A stunning touchdown for Brent Trickle. Those bare arms and all, sneaking into the end zone. Like a skinny guy working past the coat room to get into a party.
Yeah.
And as it stands
San Diego's doubled up on Denver.
With the extra point to come, the kick is up and it is good, and it's an 18-point lead. San Diego up 35-17. Don't leave the stream without checking out our Discord server. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Check out content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. Visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon in the menu. And we will see you there. Namely, to talk about this game, which has just been bonkers. And Denver trailing by 18, but they're not out of this yet. They still have time, Jack, but their margin for error is pretty much nil.
Yeah. One mistake from here on out, and it's pretty much lights out for the Night Wings.
Struthers has the only interception in this game, and he's going to have to throw it here. And throw it, he does, and that is a big catch, and Logan Keel storming down the right sideline, has the touchdown, and Denver stays alive.
And that is exactly how they need to start off something like this. Keel down the sideline, off and away he went, adds 7 to the board. Denver ain't dead yet.
And that's what you get with Logan Keel beating the defense and then beats them again. Half the defense is running after him. And he scampers with a team on his back to keep the Night Wings alive in this West Division battle. Five catches, 115 yards on the night for the 9th-year veteran, Logan Keel. Career touchdown number 56 at just the right time. The extra point is good. And just like that, it's a 9-point game. Four minutes, 41 seconds. You boot it deep here, Jack, or is it onside time?
Well, I know which one Denver went with. It's onside time.
Oh, wow. That's a bit of a surprise. You give it great field position to San Diego here. And the kick fundamentally looked fine, but plenty of room for debate on the decision.
Yeah, not a fan of it.
Well, it's already a 2-score game. A field goal does not do a whole lot for you if you're San Diego. So why not just run the clock and do what they're doing right now and hand it to Nakai, who goes up the middle for a couple.
Yeah.
San Diego. Won the last meeting between these two teams in a final score of 51-37. As Nakai makes it 3rd and 4 with exactly 4 minutes remaining. That matchup, of course, last season was the second of 2. They actually split on the year.
Yeah.
Denver winning the first matchup 20-7. Denver needs a stop here, maybe a turnover. Patterson letting that play clock click all the way down. Nakai stopped in the backfield for a loss.
And that is not great for San Diego, but I think there's still debatably looks like a punt it.
Yeah, that's Wade.
Right on the edge of Denver's range.
It would be a 55-yard field goal for the rookie kicker Prince Beard, and instead Wade Ramsey, himself a rookie, will try to pin Denver deep. Clock continuing to run, less than 3 minutes remaining here. And the decision to punt getting some good reviews in the chat. Kick is away, no pressure for Denver. And that is going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. So get your popcorn ready. 2 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. Denver needs a touchdown and then some to pull off what could be considered an upset here in Denver. Gene Struthers, a second-round pick. 40th overall. Trying to get his team going. Riley Quintero makes the catch, and they will hurry up. They have all 3 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning. Quick snap. Over the middle again, and Keel cannot hang on. Thunderman wrapped it up, but they're calling incomplete 3rd and 4, 2:20 remaining.
And I would definitely, I would definitely say for both sides of the ball, prepare for 2 plays if this 3rd down doesn't convert.
Struthers in the shotgun here on 3rd and 4. Going over the middle. That is caught. Quintero gets it into plus territory. They will hurry up again. They might get one more playoff before the 2-minute warning. Struthers will stay in the shotgun. 4-man rush over the middle again. But this time it's incomplete, intended for McDowell. With 2:02 remaining, let's sneak over to SFL HQ for a game update with Cameron Irvine.
Thanks, Josh. Portland clinging to their slim lead in the 4th quarter. Cyrus Jive completes a pass to the near side to Benjamin Warner on this play for a touchdown. 42-37, Fleet up, but Indianapolis driving.
Thank you, Cam. Going to keep driving over here as well. And Struthers throws it incomplete, and that will get us to the 2-minute warning. Don't touch that mouse, screen, or dial just yet. Denver trying to hold serve at home. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. Jack Brown joining me, Josh Circle in the booth. Zach Holdorf, Ike McBride on stats. Thank you both. Cameron Irvine producing. Gene Struthers has thrown the only interception of this game. And now he's trying to dig his team out of a 9-point hole. Throwing to the right side. It's batted in the air and incomplete, intended for Logan Keel. And now 4th and ball game for the Night Wings.
They need 10 yards. Not sure what they're going to pull out here, but they're going to desperately need it.
Struthers, who's otherwise had a fine game, 21-33. We have him at 255 yards passing. Can he add to that here? No, he cannot. Down he goes. And Biff Markham comes up with a big sack. And San Diego will get the turnover on downs.
And now San Diego just 1 or 2 first downs away from the death blow.
That sounds treacherous.
I know. But you got to use embellishing language to capture the audience's attention.
That's very true. Minute 51 remaining. Denver has all 3 timeouts. Suno Nakai at the middle is seated, and Denver will use their first of 3 with 1:47 remaining. Well, we're not officially closed for business yet, Jack, but do you have a favorite for player of the game so far?
Give it to Suno Nakai is what I'm feeling.
I think that's a fine choice. I gotta look at Benji Matson as well, though. 3 touchdowns on 5 catches, all in the red zone. And there's Adam Williams, who gets the first down, and now Denver will just use all of those timeouts for naught. And San Diego will be able to kill the clock. The Mavericks, under the stewardship of Dave Axis, have looked pretty sharp here against a very good Denver team who had their star running back stymied for most of the first half. And in the second half, only 15 yards rushing. And San Diego takes a knee, and Denver uses their last timeout.
And in a column of the sorts for this new San Diego ownership, in just 6 games, they've already tied the win record from the previous 4 administrations. In this game tonight at 4. Throughout their previous 4 seasons, their old ownership, San Diego finished no better than 4-8. And tonight they're going to advance to 4-2. Good job for the Mavericks.
Both the young quarterbacks on the team, Scar Patterson in his 3rd season, Gene Struthers a rookie. And Struthers, I thought, did an admirable job for the most part, trying to get his team going. When Bailey O'Shaughnessy wasn't getting it done on the ground, he managed to find him through the air. Logan Keel connecting on a big play late in the second half to keep his team in it. Wiley Quintero, 6 catches for 73 yards. There's a lot to like with this Denver offense. And I don't think the West Division is going to be quite settled anytime soon. And now it looks like Denver is going to get the ball back with maybe 15 to 18 seconds remaining, depending on how much time they take off from this Wade Ramsey punt.
You know, actually, this is actually within... Might just be... Okay, they're going to punt it. Dang it. Well, I wanted a field goal. I thought that would be fun. But apparently fun is illegal or something. I don't know.
It's better sportsmanship to punt. Let's go with that. Ramsey going to drop this right in the pickle barrel. That's going to get down at the 5. Stellar punt by the rookie, Wade Ramsey. Dropping that into the coffin corner. And, of course, it's Zomelia downing that punt. That guy does everything.
Yeah.
So 16 seconds remaining. Down by 9. They would need a miracle play, a miracle onside conversion, and another miracle. So 3 miracles in all, but let's start with the first one. Struthers throws to the sideline. And Quintero gets out of bounds, but gets the first down with 12 seconds remaining. That's McDowell, excuse me. My apologies to the second-year wide receiver. That's twice I've blanked on William McDowell. I vow to do better. 12 seconds remaining. There's Bobo Caudill. Trying to get one more sack to pad those numbers. Struthers in the shotgun. 3-man rush for San Diego. Big throw over the middle. That is incomplete. 8 seconds remaining to Logan Keel.
No, that was actually incomplete.
It sure is.
Yeah. If it was complete, then the clock would still be running and this game be over.
Denver next week will head to Las Vegas to face off against the Fury, which should be an exciting game. Then San Diego will face Charleston. Logan Keel makes the catch. Denver out of timeouts, and that is going to do it. Congratulations to the San Diego Mavericks. Your final score, Mavericks 35, Nightwings 24. Jack Brown, your thoughts on the game?
That was a pretty good one. One of the archetypical good football games. Nearly 800 yards of offense combined. But it's not like defense didn't step up. They played their part. It was a fun game to watch.
It was a fun game to watch, a fun game to call with you, Jack. We haven't called any games together lately, and it's great to put the band back together just for a couple hours. Gene Struthers
it's been a while.
Gene Struthers almost 300 yards passing. Scar Patterson, we have him over right around 300 yards, actually. And I think Logan Keel, 6 catches, 132 yards, and that touchdown late in the second half pumped a little more excitement into this game. San Diego, though, did a great job of corralling Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Aside from that 60-yard run, only 10 rushing yards from scrimmage on the day. And if we had a game ball and we could split it into 4 pieces, I would give one piece each to Rylan Caudill, Bobo Caudill, Eric Hammer, and Biff Markham, who combined for 5 tackles for loss and 6 tackles overall. And I think that San Diego front in general just did an outstanding job.
Yeah, they're the ones who really carried everything on their backs here. Defensively, they're the ones who put it out. They put it all on the line. They're the reason defensively why San Diego won this football game.
Absolutely. And anytime you can hold Bailey O'Shaughnessy to under 100 yards rushing, you know you're doing something right. And San Diego did a lot right tonight. Scar Patterson is your player of the game. 298 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Thank you again to Ike McBride and Zach Holdorf for doing stats for us tonight. For Jack Brown, I'm Josh Thurkel. We'll have more SFL action for you tomorrow night. Until then, I will see you on the internet. Congratulations again to the San Diego Mavericks.